Sound check, sound check. One, two, sound check. 1 million, 10 million, 100 million, 1 billion. Beyond borders, I see you. Good morning and welcome to another session of Market Watch Live with Gilbert Joekpata. So today is a very interesting section because we're going to talk about some important activity happening in the market, and we titled it today, "Why did the cryptocurrency market dump?" Why did the cryptocurrency market dump? And a lot of persons are saying the market has stopped. Get out. This is a bear market. And I say, if there is anybody who should let you know when it's time to get out of the market, I am the one. I and my team of market analysts at the Smart Investors Lodge should be the ones telling you. And let me tell you why. I am very heavy on market trend and macroeconomics. And there are so many reasons why I'm very heavy on market trends and macroeconomics. It's because in earlier on in my investment journey, even though I used to enter the market with a long-term perspective, I just want to buy, I just want to buy. I realized that bear markets are not a healthy thing for my mind. Bear markets are not healthy for my mind. And so because of that, when I dabbled into technical analysis and market research, I was looking for clues on how I should be able to predict trends early, get in early, and ride the momentum and get out before everybody else does. And of course, I have long term backs which I hold and I have no interest in selling anyway. But then what happens is that I invest into smaller assets. When the profit comes, I sell them into these assets. And however, if with a large level of certainty you could anticipate the beginning of a trend and get in early and ride to the top, you could always sell some portion and buy back cheap, which means you increase the size of your pie you have in that asset. Understand, right? And that is why here at the Smart Investors Lodge, we pay attention to trends. Of course, I'm not saying that we will always be right all the time, but at least if you have followed us for a long period of time, you will agree with me that when it comes to long-term trends, we haven't been wrong so far. And I'm not saying we will always be right, but what we mean is that with a large level of certainty, we could help you predict trends early, get on them and ride, to make the most, because that is how profit is always made. So you need to understand market circles and phases, because if you understand this calendar, that's where the profit is. This is why the last bull market we call the top, field listing. During the bear market, we call the bottom, field listing. The beginning of the bull run, we said, look, this is the beginning of a bull run, field listing. Throughout this journey, people have been calling the top, the top, the top, the top. But guess who have always been steadfast, even though we always call the drawdown? We are the ones right here at the Smart Investors Lodge. And I want to let you know that the bear market isn't here yet. But now, why did the market dump? Why did the market dump? Now, let me tell you a story. But mind you, the level of self-sabotage in this story is actually insane. It's actually insane. So what's the story and what led to the market dumping? It was the job reports. Do you remember during last week market event to watch out for? We're watching out for the job reports, right? We're watching out for the job reports. So the job reports came out and only 73,000 job was landed. Don't forget, the expected job numbers was 100,000. So this is the interesting thing. May and June revised down by massively 258,000 jobs, which means the market went down in a free fall. So how did Donald Trump, the president of America, responded to this? He fired the messenger. He fired who gave him these job numbers by saying it is fake. He says this is fake. But now let me tell you what's absolutely insane about this. This is what is so insane. This is what makes this story very, very interesting. Donald Trump has been begging Jerome Powell to cut rates for how long? For months. But the Fed have said they will only cut rates if inflation hits 2% sustainably or the labor market weakens significantly. Now, guess what? Guess what? This fake data, according to Donald Trump, just handed him exactly what he needed to pressure Jerome Powell to cut rates. But guess what happened? The market immediately repriced cut odds to September probability 40% as against 80%, which means there's a larger likelihood that we're going to have rate cut by September by the market pricing that. But what happened? The dollar plunged by over 1%. So why analysts, we're already trying to like price in. Don't forget, when we started last week, we told you so many clues we should start pricing in what the Feds will do next. And one thing I try to do whenever we are doing an analysis session here is that I don't just come and give you the data or give you the numbers. I try to show you how I think that way, because I'm trying to we're building a community of people who think. We are building a community of people who think and not people who dive into the market wrongly. Are you with me? Do you understand me? I want you to always stick with me, especially understand how we build narrative. This is why so many persons, who went through our academy, you see them easily becoming leaders, because we don't just come and do abracadabra. We'll show you how we abracadabra. Understand? So this is the funny thing. Analysts are already pricing in a 50 basis point cut. Some are already pricing in a 25 basis point cut. But this data was Donald Trump golden ticket to pressure Powell to cut rates. But do you know what Donald Trump did? Donald Trump fired the person who gave him these job numbers. He literally called it fake numbers. You wanted to hurt the Republicans and boost Kamala Harris' chances. But now this is it. This data is literally your best argument for rate cuts. So there's a cognitive dissonance off the chart. I don't know if you understand me. This data is your best chance to pressure Jerome Powell to cut rates. However, you're angry that it was cooked up. However, during the afternoon after that data came out, the market crashed. The rate odds chances, it surged. But then, a lot of things happened. The market entered on uncharted territory. But here is the ticker bomb. If Donald Trump accused them of manipulating data to hurt Republicans, why will it create data that will help Donald Trump cut rates? So there's a lot of arguments in between here. But what I want you to know is that what we are witnessing is the beginning of an independent statistic agent attack. This is the beginning of agencies that are supposed to be quite independent, having a lot of political influence trying to step into it, and manipulate how things go. Of course, this is not normal. It comes with broader implication. How do the market trust BLS data? Will Trump appoint someone who produces better number? So the market hate uncertainty. What happens to the Fed's independent? But don't forget, Jerome Powell is already buckled up with weak economic data screaming for cuts. The president attacking the data and his personality. Market also expecting some aggressive rate hike. So the market hit uncertainty, which led to the drawdown you saw us having. But this is the bottom line. Trump just fired the person who gave him the data he needed to pressure the Feds into rate cuts, while also simultaneously attacking the Fed share at the same time to implement rate cuts. So we have officially entered the twilight of economic policies. So yes, that created a level of uncertainty in the market, even though the numbers that came out is enough to pressure the Fed's share to start cutting rate, but it created a number of market uncertainty. So we are officially entered the twilight of economic, a kind of economic policy. We are in the twilight right now. But my question for you is, what's your take in this absolute chaos? What's your take on this absolute chaos? So this is the story that led to the market plumbing to as much as it did. Let me know what you think about the market chaos. Let me know what you think about. I think I need to. Okay, let me see how I can round this meeting up in the next 5 minutes. Uh, So let's dive into the three market event we are watching out for. First on our list is the Solana Seeker ship. Solana Seeker ship is the Solana phone. The Solana phone is launching today. So iPhone changed how we access the internet, but the Solana mobile phone will change who owns it. So of course, this is a major step for Solana mobile users. A lot of you were ordering for these phones, and ordering for this phone then gave you access to airdrops. The next is Flocky. They're having the Rise AI launch. So the Flocky community is eligible to about 14% of the total supply of the Rise AI launch that is taking place tomorrow. So if you're holding Flocky, you should know that you should be receiving some Rise AI token. And last but not the least, here is a US initial jobless claim. So a higher than expected number could signal showing economic strength, fueling market volatility. But then we are expecting about a 221K against previous 218. So these are three market events we are watching out for. I want you to know that these market events are capable of bringing market volatility. But then let's dive into some market technicals, as fast as we can. Let me do some technicals. There are some reasons why I'm hurrying. I want to make sure. This holds. So this is the chart. Someone confirm you can see my chart. Woo! If you can see my chart, let me know. And I don't want us to waste time here. So please be my friend. So I was looking at this chart and nothing has really changed. Let me show you why nothing has changed. This is it. Simple. Don't forget, we have the inverted head. The market broke out and had a retest. Simple. Nothing has changed. The market is as bullish as it should be. Nothing's changed. Inverted head and shoulder, breakout, retest. Don't forget, whenever the market breaks out, it builds momentum for and more surge. Whenever the market breaks out and form a retest, it builds momentum for a bigger and more surge. So this is my time, guys. There's a reason I had to rush that. I need to catch up with something. Time is not my friend, but that's the technicals. I'm trying to show you trends and momentum where we are. Nothing has changed. Inverted head and shoulder. The market broke out and had a very, very healthy retest. And so you have a very short period of time to buy assets. You want to buy assets during dips and sell during pumps. If you're a member of the Smart Investors Lodge, if I cash you buying tops and crying that when the market draw down and say crypto this, if I cash you, you can't be a member of the Smart Investors Lodge and you don't invest smartly and you invest like a dummy. So this is our time. Thank you everyone for those who made it to today's live. If you're watching live, comment live. If you're listening to the replay, type replay. We're still picking people who have lifetime free access to the Smart Investors Lodge Premium channel and also, trading room. And these are all the metrics we'll use in you. Those of you who are active with our community, those of you who have taken our courses, and all of that. And so don't forget, regardless of what you do in the market, if you must invest or trade, make sure you're investing and trading smartly, my friends. We do all of this because we love you and we really want to see you win. I'm going to see you by Monday next week, for another section of Market Watch. Don't forget, like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like this video, subscribe, share this video with a friend so they understand why the market dumped and that we are still bullish. You understand? Nobody predicts the market as well as we do right here at the Smart